Alright, what's up, you guys? If you don't already know, I'm in the island I was born in, Puerto Rico. This is the view that I have. Let me show you guys the view. I just finished praying and meditating out here, and damn, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I was praying and I don't know, just saying my thank yous to God, to myself, and I got a little emotional. But I'm a very emotional person, so it's not that surprising. But damn, I'm just so grateful for everything. And I was thinking about the last time that I was here in Puerto Rico, and it was when I had gotten my 20K payout from Top Step, and I was just comparing myself to my past self, and wow, it's just so much growth that I've had, and I wanted to share that with you guys. So this video is going to be about what it really takes to become a trader that makes at least 10K a month consistently. So I wrote some things here that I want to share with you guys. So if you see me looking down, I wrote a couple things here. Number one, you got to know what you're looking for when you come to the markets. You have to know when you should be in the markets and when you shouldn't. This is going to help you to stop over trading and stop taking stupid trades. It's Wednesday right now, and I haven't taken a single trade. These past 2 days, I've been showing up to the markets, but I haven't seen what my A plus is. I haven't seen, the best volume in NASDAQ. I've seen choppy markets, and the market conditions that I thrive in is volatile, trending. The market knows where it wants to go, and I just ride the wave, and it breaks out of the 15-minute range. I haven't seen that, so I haven't taken the trade. And again, I kind of compare myself to my past self. What I would do is I would show up to the markets and I would kind of just go with the flow, right? I would kind of just try to catch a move, at least one move, right? So I would kind of chase the market, and I didn't really know what I was looking for, to whereas now, every single day I come into the markets, I know specifically what I'm looking for. It's to the point where when I live trade, I'm like, okay, I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that. And I do exactly just that. And I feel like that has helped me become so consistent in trading, and I mean in life, right? Because there's more structure. So know what your A plus setup is and just bet your money on that. Right? Don't risk your money on small little trades, because it's going to leave the same exact way you get it. If you make money fast, you're most likely going to lose it fast. If you make money consistently, in the markets, you're going to make it consistently. You're going to get consistent payouts. So if you think about that, you need to understand that I need to catch a consistent move, right? I need to catch a move that I can spot out every single day, and it's the same thing. That way you don't really have to overthink. You don't have to stress about, what if I lose today? What if I win today? You don't have to focus on that. You just have to focus on, okay, I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that. You have more structure. My second thing I wrote here is you need a pre-market routine and a after trading routine. Trading is not just clicking buttons, it's making important decisions that can be very stressful. With trading, it's such a hard thing to do because we're dealing with something that has so many emotions tied to it, right? We're dealing with money, we're risking money, we're losing money, we're winning money. When we make money, our emotions are high, right? When we lose money, our emotions are even higher. So if you're dealing with so much emotions, you kind of need to understand that it's not just clicking buttons. I'm making decisions that's that might affect my whole day, might affect my whole life, you know? So you have to be very strategic and very picky with the trades that you get in. But also, with that in mind, you have to be like, okay, yeah, this isn't just clicking buttons. It's me making very important decisions, right? We're not getting paid for the time that we put into trading. We're getting paid for the decisions that we make with trading. We're getting paid for the trades that we take with trading. So you have to mentally prepare for the markets before you show up to them. If you show up to the markets as soon as you wake up, right, you show up to the markets rushing, you're going to react to the markets the same way. You're going to rush into a trade. You're going to rush out of a trade. So that's for the pre-market part, right? For the after trading part, for example, my after trading routine when I'm at home is usually to go on a walk, right? Or go biking, right? Get away from my whole setup, get away from my screen. Because, and I know a lot of people can relate to this, if you just made $1,000, you might want to do it again, right? Like, I know I do. That's why I step away. You need to know when you need to get off the charts. You just do. For me, as soon as I get a win or I take 2 losses or 1 loss, I'm out. I'm done for the day. Because I know that I just took my A+ setup and it's not going to show up again till tomorrow. So I have to wait for it. So have a routine, a consistent routine before you come into the markets and after you come into the market. I'm telling you, most of the things with trading, if you need help with it, I'm telling you, just need more structure in trading and in life, okay? But before I get off topic, let's go on to the next topic. Ooh, I like this one. Stop comparing your journey to others. And it's so hard to do that with social media, especially for me recently. I'm gonna just speak from experience. These past 2 days, right, I've been on vacation. I haven't taken any trades, and I've been watching a lot of traders on social media make a lot of money. And before, I used to see that and be like, damn, like, I'm doing something way wrong. Like, there's other people out here making money. Like, I have to be doing something wrong. Whereas now, I see other people making money and I'm like, damn, good for them. Like, that's about to be me next week, you know? Like, everyone's on different timings, so you kind of just have to wait for your own. And especially with prop firm trading, for example, there might be other people looking at my journey and be like, oh, damn, I want to get there next week. You know, I could get 5 top step accounts, get a 10K payout just like her. You definitely can. But if you compare yourself to my journey, I've been trading for what? I don't know, 3-4 years now. So it's like, you can't really skip those years. You have to put in that time. You have to focus on your journey. You have to focus on your own trading. You have to study your own trading. You have to stay in your own lane in trading. So I would say, again, like, trading is just like real life. If you compare your car to someone else's car, you might want their car and not realize what you have. You know, it's the same thing with trading. You see someone else making $2,000 and you're like, damn, I just made $500 in the same markets. Like, let me get back into this. And then you lose it all, you know? So just focus on yourself. Again, all of this advice is kind of just like real life. And I love that because it just shows how trading really isn't just clicking buttons. It's really a mental game. But I wrote here, comparing creates a lot of FOMO and it makes you get off track. Remember, there's always going to be an opportunity to take a trade. So for me, you know, for example, these past 2 days, I haven't taken a trade and I see other people making $10,000, right? I'm like, it makes me want to get off track, right? It makes me want to take a trade I usually don't take because of the money. Then I'm like, I haven't seen what I usually take, so I'm not going to get off track. I'm going to focus on me. I'm going to focus what has been working for me, right? And I don't know why, but that just made me think about, sometimes I get comments in my videos that my charts are messy, which I completely understand. It might seem like a lot, but for me, it's like, my charts are beautiful. Like, I understand my charts and they've been working for me, so I'm gonna keep them that way. It's the same thing with your trading. If the trades that you take have been working and someone else is like, oh, that's a stupid trade, why would you take that? Bro, if it works for you, it works for you. Keep doing your thing. That's why when I see an ICT trader or, I don't know, order flow trader, I'm not like, oh, you do ICT. It's not like that, because it's perspective. Everyone has a different perspective and everyone is different. Again, it's just like real life. Everyone's different, so you can't really judge. All right, let's look at the next thing I wrote. Delayed gratification. Oof, this was a good one. Most traders want to make 10K fast, but don't realize you might need to make $100 consistently first and hold that for months. It's hard when we're trading and we can make thousands of dollars because we know the possibilities. But if you focus on making $10,000 today, instead of you focus on making $500 every day consistently, you're going to get faster to the 10K if you focus on $500 first. And that's going to be way easier to do in today's world with copy trading multiple accounts, right? Because if you copy trade multiple accounts, it's going to be a bit easier for you to make $200, times 10 accounts and be fine with it, So, and I'll speak for me, I would say a couple months ago, I had just gotten funded with 5 accounts again. And I remember I would wake up and just be like, yeah, bro, I'm about to make 40K today. I'm about to have a huge day today. And I would make, my 1 to 2, and I'd be kind of like, damn, like, that's it, like, I want to trade more. And then I realized that small wins add up, wins in general add up. So let me just focus on getting my 1 to 2 today and tomorrow and the next day. And I promise you, like, once I change that mindset of making 40K in a day to making 5K a day, skyrocketed from there, right? Because I wasn't being greedy and I was just focused on getting my 1 to 2 and getting out the market. I wasn't focused on having that one big day. I was focused on consistency. So, just remember, like, even though you could get a payout with Top Step in 5 days, don't aim for that, because it's going to give you the wrong mindset. Just focus on getting there consistently. Focus on getting there slowly. Because remember, if you get money fast, you might lose it just as fast. So slow down. All right, last thing I wrote here was making 10K a month can be easy, but if you're obsessed with that outcome to the point where every single day you show up to the markets and you want to make 10K that day, you're going to get in your own way. You can't control if a trade wins or loses, only if it's a quality trade. Focus on the process, not the results. Try to detach yourself from the outcome. I'm going to read that last part again because that's like the main thing. It's just to focus on the process and not the results, which I know is hard to do. But like I just said, if you focus on getting a 1 to 2, if you focus on being consistent, I don't know, for at least a month, just try. You're going to get so much out of it. You're going to feel less stress and you're going to have more structure. So I know it's hard to not be obsessed with an outcome, but I promise you, when you're obsessed with making 10K a month, you're not going to make 10K a month, most likely, because you get in your own way, right? It's like getting funded. I know a lot of traders that want to get funded and they haven't gotten funded yet because they get in their own way. They're very obsessed with the thought of being funded. And I've been there before, trust me. I've been obsessed with with copy trading 20 Apex accounts, even though I haven't gotten funded yet. I've been obsessed with making 30K a month and then being able to getting very close to taking a 15K payout and just blowing it all in one day. I know I've been there, and it's because I've been so obsessed with the outcome and not the process of being consistent. For example, I'm gonna give you guys an update. Recently, I just started to trade 5 accounts with Tradeify and some accounts with funding ticks. Funded. So I have the opportunity, I have it right in my hand, I have it right in front of me of getting a huge month. I'm talking 30 to 40K a month this July. And I've been here before. I've been right in this spot before, of being so close to it, and then I get in my own way because I was so obsessed with it. And I think back at my past self, and it's like, damn, my past self would have chased trades these past 2 days. Like, I've just been looking at my growth as a trader, and it's really been me focused more on structure, focus more on consistency, focus more on catching something consistently rather than catching something today, you know? But I'm like kind of getting off track here. That was really it for this mini vlog. I know I haven't been posting a lot, but I've been taking a step back, you know, from trading, from YouTube, because I feel like when you get a huge win, you're more than likely to kind of mess up, you know? Again, just like trading, most of the time when you have a big day, you might lose it all the next day because you want that feeling again. So when I get a huge win now, I try my hardest to take a deep breath, enjoy it, relax, and not focus so much on getting it again. You know, focus more on the process, on what got me there in the first place. So yeah, that's it for this video. When I get home on the 19th, I'm gonna be posting more. Damn, I love you guys. I love being able to talk to you guys, talk to other traders. Thank you guys for 3,000 subscribers. It really means the world to me. You have no idea. I was comparing myself to when I was in PR last time. Last time I was in PR, I had 150 subscribers, you know, and now I think it's been 6-7 months later, I have 3.1 thousand. So the growth is there, and it's also there in my trading. So yeah, thank you guys. I love you guys. I'm gonna end it off with this beautiful view here. And yeah, trade smart, trade safe. Don't be on the charts all day.